watching KTAL News Now. Here's Brittany DeFran with your Midday News Break.
Hey there, welcome to KTAL News Now. I'm Brittany DeFran. Let's jump in today's Midday News Break. We're starting with an unfortunate update here. According to Dallas Chief of Police, 45-year-old Jacqueline Pakua and 63-year-old Katie Flowers were the two hospital employees fatally shot at Methodist Dallas Medical Center. The chief said 30-year-old Nestor Hernandez arrived at the hospital shortly after 10 a.m. to see a patient in the hospital's labor and delivery unit. During the visit, he pulled out a gun and shot the patient multiple times in the head. After the assault, Garcia said Pakua came into the room to provide a routine service to the patient, but as she was working on the woman, Hernandez got up and walked over and shot her once. Another hospital employee, who was Katie Flowers, heard the gunfire. Now, when she looked into the room, Hernandez shot her as she stood in the hallway. They both later died from their injuries.
On Saturday, we lost two healthcare workers who were going about their day caring for others. In my opinion, this is a failure of our criminal justice system. A violent individual such as this should not have been on ankle monitor and should have remained in custody.
Investigators said Hernandez reloaded his gun and started to leave the patient's room, but was confronted by a hospital police sergeant and was shot in the leg and eventually taken into custody. He has since been charged with capital murder of multiple persons. Garcia said the woman assaulted by Hernandez was treated for her injuries, while the newborn in the room was not injured. Now let's take a look over at things and how they're unfolding in Bowie County as testimony continues in the Taylor Parker trial. The jury will decide whether or not Parker will get the death penalty. Yesterday in court, Taylor's first husband confirmed Parker used to practice other people's handwriting and signatures. The assistant DA showed him a number of documents Parker wrote in jail while she was allegedly trying to frame other inmates. But the most shocking moment was when her former jailhouse lover took the stand, becoming emotional as she spoke directly to Parker, saying, "You lied to me the whole time." You can find the latest details from yesterday on KTALnews.com. All right, and listen to this. Now, every day is becoming more and more digital. It's day by day that this is happening, and now it looks like books are getting a new look here in Shreveport, as Shreveport residents will soon have a universal digital access, and it's free, a free service giving Wi-Fi through libraries using the city's network. All residents have to do is have a library card and check out free wireless hotspots to be used in their homes. How amazing is that? Now, this new service is a partnership between the city of Shreveport and the Shreve Memorial Library System.
This is not 5G, but this is 4G LTE, which is more than adequate for all the wonderful services that the city and the library provide on a daily basis.
This service starts November 1st, and the digital kits will be available at the Hollywood Union, Atkins, Cedar Grove, as well as Line Avenue branches. The kits are first come, first serve. Now, Pfizer has announced plans to sell its COVID vaccine once the U.S. government stops paying for it. The vaccine would be sold at a price of $110 to $130 per dose for teens and adults. However, people with Medicare or private health insurance would most likely pay just a fraction of that or nothing at all. And this leads us to our question of the day. All right, giving you a moment to take down this QR code you see right here on your screen. Let's jump right into it here. Now, today's question of the day is, would you get COVID vaccine if you had to pay for it? Now, would you pay for this vaccine for the doses? It says that the shots will be packaged in a single dose vial rather than multi-dose vials, that's how they've been packaged throughout the pandemic. So just very interesting here, and we want to hear from you. Your voice matters. Don't go anywhere, more to come right here on your Midday News Break.
watching KTAL News Now. Here's Brittany DeFran with your Midday News Break.
Welcome back to KTAL News Now. I'm Brittany DeFran. I got more on your Midday News Break starting right now. Starting things off with an Education Matters topic, and it seems like a roller coaster of events from the pandemic started to show through as students started falling behind in reading and math. Well, now it seems like there's a glimmer of hope as they're getting back on track, and according to new test scores from the National Assessment of Educational Progress, Louisiana's fourth graders are being recognized for their reading improvement. The National Center for Education Statistics shows that this was the first assessment since the pandemic and 2 hurricane seasons which impacted Louisiana classrooms. On Monday, the state superintendent credits the comeback plan for this achievement.
Our recovery strategy is working, particularly around the area of literacy. To be number 1 in the country for literacy growth, that's impressive. And I just want to take a moment to thank our teachers throughout the state for the hard work that they are doing.
And the comeback plan included all Louisiana charter and public schools to focus on academic planning, attendance, and professional learning. Now let's turn to a safety matters topic here with local drivers taking to social media about being wrongly cited for speeding in school zones. A few residents went on a community Facebook page where they shared that outside Captain Shreve High School caught them speeding. And now you're probably thinking, okay, they're working because they were cited for it as well. But according to the resident, the school zone lights were in fact not flashing at the time. And an NBC6 reporter was there on Monday to confirm the lights were actually not on during the school dismissal process. Now, the company that installed the cameras will enforce the speeding restrictions until city engineers confirm the lights and cameras are in sync. And if you believe you received a citation in an error, you can fight it with Shreveport Police. All right, now let's take a look here as the spooky season is coming to an end. Well, we have one more event you could probably add to your list of things to do. And the Louisiana Gals are gearing up to give you that spooktacular Halloween celebration you'll never forget. Located in Grand Cane near Whitaker's Quarter, Louisiana, this Saturday, October 29th, beginning at 5 p.m., there will be a trunk or treat, games, food, a movie night, and to wrap it all up, a spooky haunted house. The funds raised from the event will go towards the needs of the community. All right, this jumps into our question of the day. We're going to finish off here with our question of the day, giving you a moment to take down this QR code you see right here on your screen. Let's get into it. Today's question of the day is, would you get the COVID vaccine if you had to pay for it? Now, this question comes as Pfizer has announced that they have plans to sell the COVID vaccine once the U.S. government stops paying for it. So we want to hear from you. Would you be willing to pay for it? It says that the price of the vaccines will be about $110 to $130. And yeah, so let's see what you think. Yes or no? That's all we have for you today. If you'd like to read more on these stories, head on over to ktalnews.com. We'll see you next time.